Hi, this is John from PaJaMo. Today we're going to be talking about the attaching the crossbar attachment to your die. That way you can pull off the die from the press. This is a universal design, so that way it can be used on any plastic die set, regardless if you buy it from us or not. So if you already have several sets of these, don't worry, you can still use our press. It works with or without the attachment. So the things that you're going to need in order to attach the crossbar attachment to your plastic die, we highly recommend, for our plastic, we found that the Loctite brand super glue works best. We also recommend, for this next part, we recommend goggles. We recommend a respiratory mask because you will be welding the plastic together. And finally, the last piece that you will need is a soldering iron. You can get these from any big box store. You don't have to have the base for them, you just need the soldering iron. So for the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to add the attachment to the top of the plastic die. We do this by, for us, we have a guide that we can just set right on top of ours and place it right in. Since you won't have this, you obviously want to have a flat surface for your die, and you're going to want to either eyeball it and roughly place it in the middle and hope for the best, because that's pretty simple and easy. The other way is to do it mathematically, and that is to measure from the four sides and measure to the center point of your die, and then take that center point and measure off from the attachment and place it there. We do recommend 1 drop of super glue, and 1 drop is all you need. So for us to do that, all we need to do is come in here. You can, if you want, take some 220 grit sandpaper and scuff up the plastic to take away the shininess. That way you guarantee a very good adhesive bond. For ours, we found that we don't need to do this for our plastic that we use. We just come right on in and we add our die set right to here, line it up, we take 1 drop of glue, and we press and hold. For our plastic, it's only for 10 seconds for adhesion. However, for your die, it might take a little bit longer. And once this thing has been set up, you can then remove your guide or your lines, and now this thing is now attached. Now, at this point, you want to make sure that the glue has dried. Because I don't know what kind of plastic you may be using on a non-PaJaMo plastic die, it may take longer. Okay, so now for the next step, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be mechanically bonding the plastic to each other by use of welding the plastic together. Now for this stage, we are doing this outside in our shop. Do not do this inside your home, and please be safe while doing this next step. Using a soldering iron, the soldering iron itself is extremely hot and it can be dangerous, so please be careful. Your safety is very important. So for what we're going to be doing for this next stage, we highly recommend you have goggles, a respiratory mask, and if you can, have a fan blowing the smoke that will come from the welding of the plastic away from you. That's what you hear in the background currently. So this is a pretty easy process. I'm trying to do this so that way you can see the camera angle easily. You want to come in here, keep the hot part of the soldering iron off the plastic itself, and we're just going to use the tip of the soldering iron to weld the plastic. We're going to come in here roughly at about a 45-degree angle, and we're going to start melting the plastic to itself, just like this. Then once we have that done, we can rotate it, do the next side. Now after this plastic will be very hot, and just to guarantee that we have 100% weld around the entire attachment, we go ahead and we hit it up one more time. This ensures 100% weld coverage, because that way you can still wash it and not get any water in between this attachment piece and your top of your die. So we just come in here, run it around, and that's it. Now that our weld is on, please understand that that plastic on the weld area will be pretty hot. Give it a few minutes to dry, to cool down, and then after that it'll be ready to start making bath bombs for you. Thank you.